talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus. Yeah. Celebrities. Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. Come join us on PEACHY Tea Time. PEACHY Tea Time. Join us on PEACHY Tea Time. PEACHY Tea Time. Yeah.
Straight out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. Project kid out the gutter, yeah. Everything come out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. Project kid out the gutter, yeah. Everything come out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. Project kid out the gutter, yeah. Everything come out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, yeah. Project kid out the gutter, hey. Everything come out the gutter. I'm posted up, yeah, I be doing my thing. Study be grinding, ain't never really changed. I'm still on the mission, so y'all need to listen. This alcohol telling me gon' do your thing. Should've been rich without fortune and fame. Should've been rich without fortune and fame. Do what you do, but don't get in my lane. Do what you do, but don't get in my lane. I'm swagging and surfing like I'm on the moon. Came from the gutter with no silver spoon. I am the elephant up in the room, so holla at your boy when it's time for some business. I'm at your door like a Jehovah Witness. Still on that drinking, it's back for my kidneys. Still thanking God, he keeping me living. Still thanking God, he keeping me living. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. Project kid out the gutter, yeah. Everything come out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. Project kid out the gutter, yeah. Everything come out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. Project kid out the gutter, yeah. Everything come out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, yeah. Project kid out the gutter, hey. Everything come out the gutter. Everything I got it the hard way. I was posted up like a statue in the hallway. Gotta go hard and ain't talking no Kanye. Mama raised a king, so I gotta keep trucking. This is a message delivered, beloved. Project kid and I came off nothing. This is a message delivered, beloved. Project kid and I came off nothing. Came from Burgard, the home of the great. I keep some fish on my plate. Fishing for wisdom, I stand at the lake. I'ma go hard, I'ma do what it takes. I keep some fish on my plate. Fishing for wisdom, I stand at the lake. I'ma go hard, I'ma do what it takes. I'ma go hard, I'ma do what it takes. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. Project kid out the gutter, yeah. Everything come out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. Project kid out the gutter, yeah. Everything come out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. Project kid out the gutter, yeah. Everything come out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, hey. I got it straight out the gutter, yeah. Project kid out the gutter, hey. Everything come out the gutter.
Hey, it's your girl, the missus with the kisses. Mwah. Hey, everybody. Now, y'all know I be having issues with these lashes and stuff, but they looking pretty okay right now. Just right now. You never know what's going to happen. But what's going on? Let me see if I can bring me down some. There. That's better. Hey, y'all. Yeah, I got my dress on today. Pink and white. Yes, pink and white. I don't too much wear dresses like this ever. But I decided to put on one today. Why? I don't know. But it's your girl, the missus with the kisses. And we are at Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio, baby. It's 2 hours. It's 2 hours. Y'all get me for 2 whole hours today at Hits 92.3. I gotta give thanks to Kels. Thanks, Kels. Appreciate it, girl. That's my thanks to Kels. Kels, you I love you, girl. I love you, girl. But thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. Y'all, I was so nervous this morning. Cheese. My engineer here taking pictures of them, y'all. But I was so nervous this morning. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I wasn't going to speak on this just yet because I did talk to this lady this morning. So I wasn't going to speak on it, but God just spoke to me to speak on it. I received a phone call this morning while I'm nervous. Like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Even though I got my whole show planned, it's still hard when you on a time frame. I could do 2 hours all day long at home by myself, but I'm at home. I never know when it's going to end. And I got to end up getting to the 2 hours. But when it's actually timed, it gets a little nerve-wracking, okay? But I've been wanting this for so long. So thank you. But back to the conversation at hand. I received a call from a woman this morning. She's up in age, but I really like her. I really like her. She's so nice. She reminds me of one of my aunties. But she called me this morning. She told me, oh, I enjoyed the show last night with you and your husband. So she's been watching. She said, I see you and the kids and the family went on vacation and all of that. And then she told me that she saw the story on Wednesday with Quinn. Now that's how I'm like, okay, yeah, she been watching. She really watching. And she actually was a guest on the show just as well. But I'm not going to put all that out there yet because we're going to try to see if God lays it on her heart to come back again. But she came on the show and she spoke on her brother. That's all I'm going to say about that. She spoke on her brother. But she said God called her. Oh my gosh. God spoke to her and told her to contact me. And she was like, I know you be busy. You be having a lot going on. Plus, you work your regular job. She was like, so I know you're busy, and I just don't be knowing when to contact you. And I was like, well, Miss Such and Such, I know her last name. It's just like mine. But I said, Miss Such and Such, you can call me at any time. Well, she called me today, and she said God laid it on her heart to tell me. And I'm going to pray on this because I don't know why God told her to call me and tell me this story. Because she still doesn't know for sure if she wants to come on the platform to tell it. But she said that when her daughter was 18 years old, she started hanging around with these people, a woman and a girl, a woman and a man, hung out with these people, and it's kind of sad, y'all. But she was hanging out with these people, and she started slowly now. She started slowly leaving home. She is grown. She's 18. She was 18 at the time. And, you know, when you get the police and stuff all involved, you know, that's the first thing they say. Well, she's grown. She's 18 years old. There's nothing we can do to make her come home. Well, this young lady has not seen her mom, and I asked her. I said, did anything go wrong? Did y'all get into an argument? What was the issue? What's wrong? And she was like, no, nothing happened. No argument. She just slowly, I'm gonna go spend the night. And then before you know it, she's gone. This lady has not seen her daughter, y'all. Y'all ready for this? She has not seen her daughter in 10 years. Yes, I said 10 years. No argument, no fussing, no fighting. Just start hanging out with these people, and these people must have told her, hey, I'm your family now. You don't need mama and your siblings. And now she's gone. And she don't know where she is. She knew years ago as far as the home that she was living in. So she had the polices, the detectives, all them folks, go and do a wellness check. But the police told her if she's there, there's nothing we can do because she's 18. So now 10 years has passed, and she still has not seen her daughter. She's not for sure if she wants to present this story on the show, because of course if she presents the story on the show, she will have to send me pictures, we will have to disclose the young lady's name, all of that. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all know me, I'm straight up front and forward. I asked her, do you think this have anything to do with sex trafficking? Because that's the first thing that came to my mind. Sex trafficking. The only thing that made me think, maybe not, is because this young lady had a job. She had a job. Mom says 4 years ago, she remembers she had a job, and her job was at a cell phone company. That's all I'm going to say. And once people started noticing who she was, she quit her job. And no one has seen her since, except for, of course, those people that she's with. But 10 years, that's a long time, y'all. It's a long time. So we're going to see how it goes, what happens, if I'm going to present this story or not. This is something that I definitely, trying to hold back my tears, I will have to pray on this. Because if this young lady is in any type of trouble, and the way my views, my subscribers, the way everything is going, I wouldn't want it to hurt her. I wouldn't want whoever this young lady is with, I wouldn't want anything to happen to her on my watch, if that makes sense. But who knows? Maybe this young lady don't want to come home. Maybe she's comfortable where she is now. I don't know. No one knows. But like I said, I'm going to... Oh, okay. Thank you, Duckin. Thank you, Duckin. Duckin, it might just be me because I'm a loud person, baby. I'm loud. She said turn the mics down. Okay. My engineer just turned the mics down. Thank you so much. But yes, so I'm going to have to pray on it. I don't know what I can do at this time, but one thing that I do know is the missus can make things happen through the grace of God. And if y'all been watching my show, y'all will know that things get going. You know, when pressure get applied on my end. So I'm going to have to think hard about this. I'm going to have to pray hard, and hopefully God will lay it on my heart to tell me what I'm supposed to do, what Jason's supposed to do. I did speak to Jason about it. He had mixed feelings. You know, he had mixed feelings about it. But we're going to talk more on it, me and Jason, and we'll decide on what we're going to do. But until then, I'm going to continue to keep this young lady prayed up wherever she is. I do know what state she in, but I'm not going to disclose that information either. Not right now. We're going to wait. Okay? All right. AQ said, I need to be part of this program. Hit me up. Okay? So we finna get into our first commercial. Y'all know this the radio station, okay? This the radio station. So we do have commercials and everything. Let's go ahead and get started with our first one. Now, y'all, this is my mistake. I thought we gotta go through these times. So I'm gonna pick somebody. Here we go, y'all. Here go the first commercial. I'm about to do the show from 2 to 4. 2 to 4 p.m. 2 hours, baby. Yes, I'm on my way. Yes, this is with the kisses. What's around that? What's around that?
Driving down a back street, windows down, relaxing. Trying to take the sights in. Only sight that I see, the sight of you excites me. Yeah, never seen anything like it. Sweetheart, if I'm lying, God strike me with lightning. Took the wheel, you driving where we ended up. Temperature is rising, yeah, it's heating up. A prisoner of time, but we ain't in no rush. Take the long, long way home. The long way home. Take the long, long way home. The long way home. Take the long, long way home. The long way home. Take the long, long way home. The long way home. We ain't gotta stop here. Put the car in park here. Hop up in the backseat. We can both get nasty. Girl, you fill me up, premium, I let it. I'm so entranced with you, I know our souls connected. Every drip of your passion, you know I'm gonna get it. Anything that you ask for, you know it's automatic. No need for GPS when you know where you headed. And I can take control, that's if only you let me. Take that long, long way home. The long way home. Take that long way. We can take the long way, the long way home. Take that long, long way home. The long way home. Take that long. We can take the long way, the long way home. You ain't gotta drive, you just gotta ride with me, with me, with me, with me. You ain't gotta drive, you just gotta ride for me, for me, for me. Oh, oh. You ain't gotta drive, you just gotta ride with me, with me, with me, with me. You ain't gotta drive, you just gotta ride for me, for me, for me.
I told her pull up, I'ma knock on weave out. Beat it from behind, make her engine slowly leak out. She ain't never had no man to treat her good out. No, I ain't gassing, just simply crafting something that's everlasting. When she pull up on me, I told her that she gotta pull up on me. That's what you get when you fucking with
Pull
a
up on me,
chick.
my baby. I'm at the crib in that mood. I'ma roll up some weed, then I'ma cook up some food. A fifth of liquor on chill. We ain't watching no movies. We headed straight to the bed. Or we can hit the jacuzzi. You say you buy, we'll get your friend to bring her by when you come. I got enough love for both of y'all again when you done. I need that ass on my lap. I need them lips on my lips. I need them nipples getting hard in my mouth while we kiss. Say pull up on the KID, I make your fantasy true. Imagine it, boo. Stabbing shit like OJ do. Well, okay, cool. It's one now, I see you at two. Put on the trench coat with nothing else on but your shoes and come through. And I'll be waiting, never getting impatient. Your body is devastating. God know what he created when he made you. I never played you, ain't running game, boo. Just want you pull it up so I can change you.
I told her pull up, I'ma knock on weave out. Beat it from behind, make her engine slowly leak out. She ain't never had no man to treat her good out. No, I ain't gassing, just simply crafting something that's everlasting. When she pull up on me, I told her that she gotta pull up on me. That's what you get when you fucking
Oh, you
with a
ain't doing
chick.
it for real. Oh, you wasn't playing no games. I'm about to put it on your sexy ass, simple and plain. The night is young, let's have some fun. I'm trying to see what you bout. I put it in, pull it out, then put it all in your mouth. Okay, you nasty, and I love it. Yeah, it's been a half an hour, now I'm bustin'. Yeah, sometimes when I see you pull up, I ain't gon' lie, I just smile. No any way I feel inside, but deep down I'm in denial. You cold as hell, drifting that Chanel, and you wear it well. Every time you around, it feel like a fairy tale. Might as well just chill for the night, if it's right. Even though in the morning I got a flight, that's alright, cause tonight shit is going down. Yeah, I'm over here on Remy, you on Apple Crown. We bout to clown. Once I put the pound down, you sound like surround sound. I bust on that round brown after going downtown.
I told her pull up, I'ma knock on weave out. Beat it from behind, make her engine slowly leak out. She ain't never had no man to treat her good out. No, I ain't gassing, just simply crafting something that's everlasting. When she pull up on me. I told her that she gotta pull up on me. That's what you get when you fucking with a G.
And we are back. His 92.3, the real definition of internet radio, baby. That was K-Dub with Pull Up. I like that song, y'all. I really do. We also heard Eric Penn, Long Way Home. And then we also heard at the beginning of the show, Self-Made Project Kid. Now, those three people are actually part of my top five, okay? So my top five for this week. Each and every Saturday, I will be doing a top five. So I want all of you all that's independent artists to make sure y'all reach out to me. Send me your music, okay? Send me your music, please. And send it to my email, which is peachytime, and time is spelled with the Y, at gmail.com. So y'all can see the commercials all on my page. You'll be able to know, what to do and what not. Okay. So let's get started with our clips. I do have an update on Felicia Johnson. I covered her. Probably a few months ago I covered her. So an update have came out, and we're gonna get started with our fair usage, and then we'll go straight into our commentary, our video. Here we go.
Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Tonight, there's a major development in the disappearance of a 24-year-old woman who's been missing for nearly 2 months now. Police have named a suspect wanted for her death. Fox 26's Gabby Hart is live from CoverGirl Strip Club, which is one of the last places she was seen alive. Gabby.
That's right, sad news to report tonight. Now, the last time that Felicia Johnson was seen, she was here visiting from San Diego, and she tried to get a job at this strip club here behind me. We're told that she left with a customer. It was the last time that she was seen, and police revealing today that they believe she was murdered. Take a look at your screen. This is the man that police say is their prime suspect, 28-year-old Chukwuebuka Uwabodo. Police say that he picked Felicia up from an apartment complex on Windchase Boulevard and then took her to his apartment on South Richmond Avenue in the early morning hours of April 16th. Police say they found evidence that leads them to believe Felicia was murdered inside of his apartment and that he allegedly dumped her bloody phone and other belongings near Bear Creek Park and then got rid of her body days later. Activist Quanell X has been speaking out on Felicia's behalf since she went missing, hoping all along that she would be found alive. Today, he told Fox 26 they believe the suspect is the same man who gave her a ride from the strip club.
But I'm tired of the closure being a dead body. I'm tired of these young sisters being murdered. But at the end of the day, we want this brother to know we will not rest until you're held accountable for this crime. And this was a wicked crime, and a crime against women, and a crime against humanity.
Now, I spoke with Johnson's father briefly over the phone today. He was too distraught to speak to us on camera. Now, that suspect is still on the run. He has, though, been officially charged with murder and tampering with evidence. Felicia's body has not yet been recovered. Anyone with information is asked to pick up the phone and call police or call Crime Stoppers if you'd like to remain anonymous. I'm reporting live. Gabby Hart, Fox 24.
And we are back. Here's 92.3, the real definition of internet radio, baby. Now, that was our first update for today. Actually, I think that's the only update that we have. I don't know exactly the situation at hand. Something sounds a little fishy to me. For the simple fact, why was she going down there to visit? As far as what the news broadcast said, she went down there to visit, but she's also going looking for a job at the strip club. Now, this is what I think. Maybe she ran out of money. Okay, maybe she done went down there, had a good time, done ran out of money, trying to figure out how she gonna get back home. And y'all know everything on my show is allegedly. Allegedly, okay? But maybe she ran out of money. Look, Duncan said, I agree. I strongly agree. But maybe she ran out of money and she needed to make some quick cash right quick. And she decided to be at a strip club looking for a job. Now, the problem that I have is you're in a whole new state, whole new city. Why is you getting in the car with people that you don't know? I don't care if he said, I'm going to break bread with you even more than what the strip club can give you. Don't get in the car with strangers. See, that's why I don't do what is it? Uber, I don't do that type of stuff. You know, if I can't go in my car, I'm not going. If I can't ride with my friends, I ain't going. It may be because, how can I say it? I go everywhere with my husband. Okay, I do go places with my friends too, but when it comes to drinking, you know, all that little extra rah-rah stuff, I'm with my husband, and my husband don't drink. So he's always my designated driver. Thank you, Pooley. But seriously, you can't be getting in the car with everybody. These people, even the Uber people, I think they need to shut Uber down. Now, I do believe that people need to get to where they got to go. And Uber probably is very good for people that, how can I say it? People that is not as fortunate to have a vehicle. But they still got the buses, the bus line. You know, a lot of people on the bus line. So, the bus driver ain't going to take off with you and try to hurt you or harm you. You know, because got everybody else on there. They'll beat the shit out of him. But, these Uber drivers, they're getting hurt. They are getting killed. And they trying to do a good deed. But then you got some Uber drivers that they can't be trusted at all. Just like a lot of people in this world, y'all. They can't be trusted. And as you can see, this man can't be trusted. Like, I wonder what was she thinking? What was going on? Did he convince her that I got a whole lot of money back at the crib? If you come back to my crib and you strip for me or we indulge into sexual activities, I'll give you more money. But how you know he gonna give it to you? How you know that he ain't gonna take the sexual activities from you and then not give you nothing? They don't have to you can't call the police. You can't call the police and say, excuse me, officer, I'm at this man's house. Yeah, I came for sex because he said he was going to pay me, officer, and he didn't give me my money. You can't do that. You can't do that. So why put yourself in these positions? We all are fortunate enough to where, well, not all of us, because you do have disabled people. But for the most part, a lot of us are fortunate to where we can go out there and get a job. But you got these people that's doing other things besides just stripping and doing other things that's putting their lives at risk. And I just don't think that's something that should be done. You know, they need to crack down on that. Now, I'm going to put the call-in number up because I definitely want y'all to call in. That's not the call-in number behind us. I mean, yeah, that's not the call-in number. I was going to say y'all can still call that number, but you can't. Don't call that number. Don't call that number. Here is the call-in number for Hits 92.3. But seriously, though, what goes through a young lady's mind? She was a beautiful young lady, and like Duncan was saying, she was agreeing with me, that maybe she ran out of money and just needed some quick money. Okay, you need quick money? Stay at the strip club. Don't go with nobody else. I don't care if he said I give you the money right now and you interviewing for the strip club. Maybe there's another strip club that will hire you on the spot. I don't know. I ain't never been a stripper. I really haven't, y'all. I haven't. My parents killed me. And so would my husband. But no, y'all, for real. I feel like a lot of young women, I guess it's like no different than a drug dealer, I guess. Just want that quick, fast money. I'm not going against strippers. Hey, y'all do what y'all got to do. Get in, get out. Whatever you got to do. Do I want my baby at the strip club? Hell no. Excuse me. I don't want my baby at the strip club. And I'm not going to encourage her to go to the strip club. But at the same time, I don't want y'all coming for me. Talking about there's nothing wrong with the strip club. You just mad because you can't go to the strip club. No. I go out there and I get a job. That's what I do. I go out there and get a job. But, like I said, I'm not downing the strip clubs at all whatsoever. I know it's the fast way of making money. You know what I'm saying? It's not a risk that a drug dealer is taking where he can go to prison. I don't think you go to prison for being at a strip club. You can't. But at the same time, you cannot get in these cars with people that you don't know. Everybody was taught. Thank you, Mama. Mama P said, congratulations, the missus, on your 2 hours. Yes, thank you so much. But you have to go back in the day. Way back in the day when we was young. And half the stuff that was going on back then is not going on right now. It done got worse. So if I was taught back then not to ride with strangers, if I see a stranger pull up on the side of me, start screaming and running, then times is worse now. It's bad now. Why would I get in the car with an Uber person? Why would I get in the car with somebody I don't know? You just cannot take that risk. You just cannot. You just cannot. People are crazy. So we're going to go ahead and get into this next, which is the same update, but this is something added to Felicia. Felicia Johnson is her name. And here we go.
Right now, police are looking for the man they say killed Felicia Johnson. She's a California woman who disappeared while visiting Houston more than 8 weeks ago. Ugochi Loca has been following this case since Johnson went missing in early April. Ugochi, good morning to you. What have you learned?
Steph, good morning. It's news we were hoping just wasn't true when we heard about it. And Houston police, they do confirm, believe that this missing 24-year-old woman who was reported missing before was in fact murdered. And they say they believe it happened here. Now, this is an apartment complex off of South Richmond Avenue. Take a look at your screen. This is the suspect, 28-year-old Chukwu Ebuka Wabudo. Investigators say Felicia was visiting from California when she was reported missing back on April 16th after her bloody phone was discovered at Bear Creek Pioneers Park. Houston police tell us Wobodo picked Felicia up from an apartment complex on Windchase Boulevard and took her to his apartment here on South Richmond Avenue. Investigators say they found evidence that Wobodo killed her here before getting rid of her personal belongings at the park and disposing of her body. Quanell X, who's been helping Felicia's family, weighs in.
We need you young sisters to look at these cases like Felicia Johnson and realize that your life can be taken from you in the blink of an eye by some sick-minded individual.
And Wobodo is still on the run. If you see him or know where he is, please call Houston police. Sadly, Felicia's body has not been recovered.
All right, and we are back, y'all. It's 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. My engineer, sweetheart, come here for a second. Come back here. She's going to come back here. I want her to read something. on my side. I want her to read something because I didn't get a chance to read it, and I want to make sure there's nothing that's affecting anything. But that man, he definitely has something important that he had to say. Women. Now I understand. Like I said, we all trying to get this bread. Okay, we all trying to get the bag. I get it. I really do. But you have to be cautious. And remember, every person is not for you. You cannot believe that every single person that say, hey, come get in my car is going to take you to where you got to go. You cannot be that naive. You cannot. Now, I'm not saying that young lady was naive. I'm not saying nothing about this young lady at all whatsoever besides we need to pray that they find her. They haven't even found her body yet. They just assuming that she's dead. Okay? But they have not found her body, and they have not found the man. We're going to call him the man because I'm not finna waste my time trying to figure that out. That's what I'm not going to do. Okay? I can't figure out how to pronounce his name. But what I'm saying is you cannot get in these cars with everybody. You just can't. I remember back in the day when we used to walk up and down the street. We used to walk up and down the street with your friends. They don't do that no more. They don't walk up and down the street with their friends no more. Some do, some don't. A lot don't. But I remember walking up and down the street, and then guys would pull up, and they ride, loud music, pull up on the side of us. Hey, y'all looking good. What's your name, boy? My cousin be like, don't you walk up to that car? I be like, why? They cute. Don't you walk up to that car? Like, my cousin would really, really get upset with me. And I didn't understand why, because I'm like, you're right here. The car's right there. All I'm doing is walking up to the car. But at the same time, guess what? They can snatch my little ass in that car too and take off. And my cousin ain't got enough time to make it to the car. So you have to be cautious about all of that. All of that, okay? So I will be following this story just as well because, again, this is something that is going on in our community. I have not taken the challenge, I call it, the challenge of focusing on sex trafficking yet, as far as on a show. I will be doing a show on sex trafficking. I just don't know how I'm going to go about doing it. This stuff is not easy, especially when you have people that watch these shows and they get reminded of their loved one. Or like the young lady that I told you early on in the show, how her daughter has been missing for 10 years. She don't know if she's a part of sex trafficking, or she don't know if she just don't want to come home, and she don't know if she's being held upon her will, against her will. So you can't just dive into stuff. You got to pray on stuff, y'all. You got to. But sex trafficking, it is real. It is real. I think the first time, I think I told you guys this, the first time that I was introduced to sex trafficking, not as far as me, I ain't been sex trafficked. Nah, I sure didn't. No. But as far as seeing it to where I, like, okay, oh wow, this is what it is, it's Taken. The movie Taken. When I saw that movie Taken, and that little girl was up under that bed and talking to her daddy on the phone, talking about they in the house. Baby, when daddy told her, hold on, let me get a mic. They are going, I got a real mic. They are going to take you. Baby, I almost hit the floor. When I tell you I almost hit the floor, to hear your father on the other end of the phone telling you, and here he is, thousands and thousands and hundreds and thousands and hundreds and millions of thousands away from you, and he tell you they're going to take you, and ain't nothing you can do. That's when I knew, okay, sex trafficking, that's the real deal. Ain't nothing. Hey, y'all better watch yourself, watch these kids. It's heavy right now. Everywhere. It's heavy. These folks will pick your child up. Shit, these folks will pick you up. And you will never be found again unless the grace of God bring you through this. And I'm just saying, because the police and stuff, they ain't doing what they supposed to do to find these kids that's been part of this sex trafficking ring that's going on. They have not been able to find them. Now, y'all don't get me started. Don't get me started. Because y'all know I have a way of saying things. And, some people may get a little offended, but forget it. I'm going to say it anyways. Why? Because it's 2 hours and it's my show. Some of these officers know where these kids is at. And they part of the whole sex trafficking ring, too. They might be over there screwing these little kids, too. And not saying nothing. Why? Because they can go and do it to them whenever they want to. Shoot. I'm sorry. I just had to say it. Duncan said if sex work and drug dealing were legal occupations, then neither would be as dangerous as they are. I mean, it is all work, not a job I want, but they are jobs and could be regulated. Exactly. It can be stopped. I showed y'all the clip. This was y'all know I've been doing this for a year now, a little over a year, but probably about 7-8 months ago. This is when I was on Chicago Head, baby. Chicago. But the little girl, she was 10 years old, and she was in the system. And grown men was coming to get this young lady from wherever she was living at, because it was so long ago, wherever she was living at with the people, not her mom and them, but they coming to get her and taking her to these motels, these raggedy motels. These men like 40 and 50 years old coming to get this 10-year-old, taking her, having sex with her. And the crazy part about it is the hotel people, somebody ended up seeing it, and they told. Did them bastards get locked up? Nope. Guess when they got locked up? When pressure started applying. And then that's when they want to go ahead and start making stuff happen. But they failed that little girl. The system failed her. Her mama failed her. Her daddy failed her. Unless they died when she was a baby. Now, if she died when she was a baby, then, they ain't fail her. But I think their mama and daddy them out in the streets or they in prison somewhere, allegedly. But she was in the care of Chicago system. The system. And these men was just going to go get her, raping her, and sending her right on back. And nobody was saying nothing. Nobody. I'm like, what type of world are we living in, you evil bastards? You just evil. Goodness gracious. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I get stuff like that touches my heart. It touches my heart because yes, Duncan, it's disgusting. It's disgusting that these grown men, some of these 50, 40-year-old men, no, not 40 because I'm 43. So some of these 50-year-old and some of the 45s too. But some of them look so dirty and nasty and dusty. Like, I wouldn't even want a hug from you. Let alone you put your whole body on top of me. You better go somewhere, you nasty old man. You just nasty. Shoot. I'm sorry, y'all. Look, Mama P said, I agree with you. Some of these people in officers are getting paid and moving up in the rankings for promotion, and they sit up here doing the devil's work. They're sitting here doing the devil's work. You have people like me, people like Sunshine, people like Kels. You got people like all my friends that's working hard, trying to survive, trying to make sure that they got what they need for their families and stuff. And we can't get a promotion. We can't move up in the company. We getting 10, 15 cents raises, 40-cent raises, but we working hard. Y'all, we finna go into a commercial before I start shedding some tears up in here. Cause that's my soft spot when I start talking about my job and working and stuff. That's the shit that pisses me off. You sit here, you work hard, you get nothing but 10, 15, 20-cent raises, but you got the devil's workers, the police and shit, where they getting all this money and they sitting up there doing wrong. We finna go on a break. Here we go.
shit. Energy go. Let's get it. Let's go. First to the crew to get hit. I was 7. First to the crew to shoot lead. 11. Told all my motherfucking friends. They said I was flexing. I said if I'm lying, I know that I'm dying. The world, the world is the cry of a wolf. The head is my brain. The lead is my pencil. 7 to 11 when it all came together. Knew I was a guy, made it all simple. Meanwhile, I put that on the Bible. Cause niggas swear it's timing. The diamonds and granite and Phoenix keep shining. Chains around your neck like chains around your wrist. Diamonds on your fist like diamonds from the bloody fingertips. But whose blood? Your blood. His blood. Her blood. Trump's blood on some savage shit. But what's the blood to a thug? What's the blood to a thug? I'm a god, you a god, he a god, she a god, then she not. Let's go. I'm a god, you a god, he a god, she a god, then you not. Where your thrones there? Let's go.
When it's nice comprehension, don't worry about it, just in them. Young nigga with a dirty pistol, I remember. Hard headed, never did listen, run on the little. Posted on the block with the killers and the dealers. Trying to catch the drugs on the man in the middle. I was out in, then I seen a bigger picture. Like being hard, cause I'm proud to be black, nigga. For the beef, I'd rather get money with you, my nigga. Show them we can do more than shoot at each other, nigga. Go get you a bag and spin it with us, nigga. Everything they do, they get it from us, nigga. So I don't get offended when they say the word nigga. Cause truth be told, they wanna be us, nigga. Kings and queens know they can't take it from us, nigga. Right hand to God, the real, I fuck with them. I'm a guy, BLM, it's up with them.
I'm a god, you a god, he a god, she a god, then she not.
Point guard out the trip. I'm a god, you a god, we a fish. Looking at the bigger picture. Gotta keep it gutter gutter. Confirm every word I utter. I'm melting the gotta stick on the peanut butter. Push it in, make her start to stutter. I give her a spanking like she in trouble. Trying to get her out in coochie cutter. Your life's a bitch, but I know one thing. She gon' tell you I'm the perfect lover. That ain't no problem, no, I won't flex you. I won't in. Link from the Cuban hang right below my chin. Before you try to put my card, better know my pen. I ain't never met a dollar bill, I won't spend. Can't get locked out, I'm too locked in. You ain't got shit on you, it's not my friend. Real life, East Point, throw up my 10. I'm a god, but the kind that call on me. Point guard out the trip. I'm a god, you a god, we'll fish. Looking at the bigger pitch. Put in work till the money get triple. Point guard out the trip. I'm a god, you a god, we'll fish. Looking at the bigger pitch. Put in work till the
It's your girl, the missus with the kisses. Mwah. At Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio, baby. And that was that there. Y'all already know who that was. If you don't know who that was, then go sit down somewhere. Don't go sit down somewhere. But that was my boy, Energy God. Y'all know I love me some Energy God. But that was Energy God with Your Day, okay? Now, we are about to get into Peachy Detective, okay? So, I have an intro for Peachy Detective. And this is how Peachy Detective is going to work. Because like I said, y'all, we are in the radio for 2 hours. So, we got different segments now, okay? We got different segments with different things that we going to be doing, having fun and all that. So, Peachy Detective, you all get to play. You get to call in. Y'all see that number right there? 404-254-4347. And I want someone to call in, whoever. It don't even matter. Just call on in the number on the screen. And I want you to play Peachy Detective. Okay, I'm going to show a clip. It's not no bad clip that gonna have y'all crying and all that. And we ain't doing that today. Now I'm gonna show some next time. I'm gonna let y'all know. But right now we're gonna keep it fun. We're gonna keep it cute. And I think y'all gonna find this amusing. Okay? But someone has to call in. You have to call in and you have to tell me what you think happened. Who, what, where, and how. I think that's what it is. But you'll see it on here. Here we go.
There was mail all over the street. It was in the neighbor across the street from me, all over their yard.
So he come in and told me, Mimi, they were outside fighting and they were riding up and down the street playing bumper cars. He was outside on his scooter.
She did not want to be identified, but she did tell us the story behind these pictures. Says her grandson saw the whole thing, a fight between two mail carriers that included their mail delivery truck and the mail itself.
He said that the one punched the window on the other one's mail truck. The one backed up and slammed into the other one like bumper cars.
They kept going round and round the block, and at one point they were front to front, hitting their bumpers together. So, I mean, it was a mess.
According to witness accounts, one was a man, the other a woman, each driving their own USPS delivery vehicle.
The guy in the one mail truck got out and punched the window of the female mail truck, and then she started throwing mail at him, and mail was going everywhere, all over the street.
Neighbors say by 6 p.m. they were calling 911. Photo shows several Anne Arundel County police cruisers at the scene.
And then the guy got out of the mail truck and started running down the street, and the police officers chased him and handcuffed him and then put him in the car.
Citing privacy laws concerning domestic violence cases, today, police refused to comment, also refused to provide details or confirm that criminal charges had been filed against someone involved. However, in an email, a spokesman with the U.S. Postal Inspection Service, the Postal Police, did give us some more information. He wrote, quote, I can confirm that postal inspectors from our Baltimore field office and local law enforcement partners responded to this incident. The email goes on to say this matter is currently under investigation, and so I am unable to provide additional details at this time. The spokesman adding all mail from the scene was recovered and delivered to its final destination.
We are back. It's 92.3, the real definition of internet radio on Peachy Tea Time. Peachy Hits Edition, the weekend spot, baby. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I gotta say it. I wasn't gonna say it, but I gotta say it. If this ain't some nigga shit right here, this ain't no niggas right here. I was gonna do what race is this? That's what I was going to do and make it into a game, but they have not confirmed or told us their names to let us know if they're black or white people. But me, allegedly, from what I think, there's some black folks all day long. First of all, there's something wrong. Duncan, there is something wrong with this whole picture. The whole thing is crazy. Like, first of all, one of the mail carriers, they weren't even supposed to be on that street. Well, I take that back. The mail carrier that usually covers the mail on that street was on vacation. So that's why the other person that was driving, was doing whatever. But anyways, if this wasn't no boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, side chick, type mess, oh my God. And these is not y'all cars. These ain't even rental cars. This is the post office cars. Trucks, whatever you want to call them little things. And then you sit there and play bumper cars with them. You play bumper cars. You got everybody mail out there on the street. What if somebody was waiting on a check to feed their doggone kids? Y'all know I get a little extra loud when I get crunk. What if they were trying to feed their kids? What if they was going on a vacation to Myrtle Beach like me and my husband and our kids just did? Y'all done stop the process because all this mail out there. How did the mail get out there? What did they decide to pull out the doggone? Y'all call in. Somebody call in. Let me put the number back up. Sorry, you can't call in without the number. Here is the number. Call in. Let's play Peachy Detective. You tell me what you think. I mean, it's all type of scenarios to me. It's all type of scenarios. But they all are ignorant. It's ignorant. You go to work, you do your job, and you keep it moving. I'm sure he ain't, well, you can never really say what I'm sure nowadays, okay? Because I would have been sure that they wouldn't have gotten playing bumper cars with doggone mail trucks. I wouldn't think they would have, but who knows? But what I was gonna say was, did he have somebody in the car with him in the mail truck? Did he have Shakana in the truck with him? And girlfriend pulled up. Oh, nigga, you ain't think I was gonna be on this side of town, did you? You ain't even know I was coming. Yeah, they put me over here. He on vacation, so I'm coming. And this is what I run up into. Who knows? But all I know is this would have to been the most ignorant mess ever. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I did think that maybe, just maybe, they wasn't black people. Why did I think that? Only because they didn't show their picture. They didn't show their pictures. Y'all know. They ain't tell their names either. Because y'all know how it is with us. They telling everything. They showing pictures and everything. So that's the only thing that made me kind of think, well, maybe it wasn't, but they going to have to show me to make me a believer. They have to show me these folks' face or tell me their names to make me a believer. Because I'm going to think these black folks all day long playing in these folks' cars, trucks, whatever them little things is. Them L trucks. You can't be playing in folks' shit like that. You could go to jail. As you can see, the man took off running. He probably had a warrant out for his doggone arrest. Shit. Ain't no telling. Can't nobody be trusted, y'all. Can't nobody be trusted. Can't nobody be trusted nowadays. Even if you got into it, how is the mail outside? All spread it over the ground. What if somebody's mail got lost and it was a check and it got lost and somebody came and picked it up, went and cashed it? People think that they could do whatever they want to do nowadays, y'all. Y'all know that. Think they ain't gonna get caught. All that type of stuff. And somebody, little baby, talking about, mama, I need some food. I'm hungry. Yes. And guess what, mail lady and mailman? Y'all done stop somebody's kids from eating. Y'all going to hell. You going to hell. You done stop somebody's kids from getting a toy for their birthday party. They probably ain't even had no birthday party because of you. Matter of fact, you probably done messed up somebody's prom as well. Mama was supposed to use that last check that was coming to get that prom dress out. And guess what? You done dropped all the mail out there. Why? Because you chasing up behind this man or this man chasing up behind you. Ain't both of y'all supposed to be at work. Both of y'all supposed to be at work. But what gets me is they playing bumper cars on somebody else's shit. Do that in yours. Don't be messing up these postman people trucks. We need them trucks. Shoot. Well, I get direct deposits, so they ain't. Only thing they coming to my house for is credit cards. I bring the credit cards on, baby. Bring them on. Don't be stopping my credit cards from coming. What's wrong with you? Shoot. I might get that one credit card. No, they haven't been fired yet. I'm sure they are, of course, because, again, once pressure applies, and when I say pressure, what I mean by pressure is all the news broadcasts, all the YouTube commentators, all of social media, period. Once all this start floating and getting around, you best believe them folks gonna get fired. They probably told them, listen, I need you to come to the office. They come to the office. Now, we seen the bullshit that just happened. Because they had to be cool. They gotta be cool. If you don't sat there acting a fool like this, your manager and stuff is cool. If you playing bumper cars with they shit, they cool. So they probably said, come on in here. Let me tell you something. Now, I know your kids, y'all need y'all little bread and everything. And it's hard to get a job out here in the streets. It's hard for a pimp. So I'm going to go ahead and let you work. But I'm telling you now, if these niggas start putting out this tape and on social media and start going viral and shit, you got to go. We can't have that heat on our USPS. Not us. So y'all got to go. And that's what's gonna happen. I'm telling you. So we better get into our next song. We got another song. Y'all. This actually is our last song for the day. And then we're gonna play the rest of our clips. So our last commercial. Here we go.
With each win, there is a loss. There will always be more for you to do, but you have to push through.
Lately, I've been having conversations and contemplating out with myself now. Damn. What am I doing wrong? Reminiscing on summers in the kitchen with naked women, they counting up chickens. Damn, man, it's been so long. Why this shit go left when you trying to live right? Everybody trying to tell you how to feel. Trying to shuffle through this thing called life is hella hard, cause one false move, it'll get you killed. That's why I'm past the aggression, but passive aggressive when it comes to lack of respect. Then I have to protect, and if it comes to packing the tech, then I have to confess that I will. Damn right, yeah, I'm still that nigga, the different one, not the little that never been with the children. Chatter ain't got no bill to the one that everybody calls a real nigga. I'm just trying not to be a real nigga. Yeah, last night I had a vision that I was dead broke, didn't even have a penny. Got up on my ass and said, Shirley, go and get it. Yeah, I'm talking to myself, cause he the only one that listens. Praying to the Lord, hoping one day he forgive me all these sins I committed. Drugs, money, and women gotta take me from a flaw, cause I'm all me. If there's a heaven for a G, I need a motherfucking key. Talk to him. They say the good die young, man, I'm tripping cause I'm still living. Fighting with some decisions while trying to stay persistent with their rap shit. They say I don't know how to act, bitch, but she don't understand that music makes me happy. What happens when I'm not on the road, when I'm not in the yoke, when I'm not doing show shit? To think about it. Yeah, I'm not fucking hoes. I'm just out doing work. I'm accomplishing goals. They go communicate with some fornication. Look, girl, I'm sorry. Probably take out the mind, but 24 just ain't promise. The thought of me wasting time makes a nigga wanna buy me to clean it up and go hide it while listening to the Carter too. Hey, yeah, I got that money on my man. You feel me? Shit, I'm trying to be the best that never lied on the track. Now, can you believe that? Can we achieve that? While minding our beeswax and counting up these stacks. You know money ain't the thing. Who for scraping up some change just to eat, to buy some change, just to sit up on the fucking show. Said a nigga gotta shine if I don't do nothing else. Hey, cause I'm that nigga. That nigga, the different one, not the little that never been with the children. Child ain't got no bills to the one that everybody calls a real nigga. I'm just trying not to be a real nigga. Yeah. Last night I had a vision that I was dead broke, didn't even have a penny. Got up on my ass and said, Drelly, go and get it. Yeah, I'm talking to myself, cause he the only one that listens. Praying to the Lord, hoping one day he forgive me all these sins I committed. Drugs, money, and women gotta take me from a flower, cause I'm all me. If there's a heaven for a G, I need a motherfucking key. Talk to him now.
Hello, and we are back on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio, baby, with your girl, the missus with the kisses. Mwah. Try to do it in my sexy voice. Mwah. Hey, Poolie. My engineer talk about, I'm telling. So yes, y'all. So y'all know this is new today for me to be doing 2 hours. So we are down. We did our first hour, y'all. Hey, we did our first hour. So now I did play that song a little early. I played a little early, but that's okay. And no one called in. But it's okay because I know it's something that's new. We're all learning all this together, okay? So just watch, keep watching, and wait because I'm telling you, later on, the phone's gonna be flooding. We're gonna give it some time, but everybody gonna be watching the weekend spot. I'm talking it to existence. We manifesting, y'all. We manifesting. Duncan, we manifesting, girl. But yes, the phone line's going to be flooding with Peachy Detective. I believe that Peachy Detective is going to be my biggest segment here at Hits 92.3. And the reason why I say that is because I'm a firm believer that in order for the police officers, the detectives, all of that, in order for them to know what's going on out here in this world, in these streets, they got to be hearing it from somebody. If they was not there, There's not too many people that just actually going to the police. Let me tell you what happened, officer. I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? So by you all coming on to Peachy Hits and doing Detective Peach, we don't know who watching this. You know, I do have some officers. I'm being honest with y'all, we do have some police officers that do watch this show. Do I know them? No, I do not know them at all. But they have been seeing, you know, the families that come on the show, the families that have not received justice yet. They actually take some of my show and review it, you know, with the families that came on or whatnot. Not all of them, but some do. So you can be the one that makes a difference. Like they said on the intro, you can be the one to make a difference. They may listen and be like, dang, she might be right. That probably is what happened. Let's go and see if we can get Junebug on the line, detective. Yeah. Call Junebug. And who else did she say? Chop Chop. Yeah, Junebug and Chop Chop. Get them in here. You know what I'm saying? You just never, ever know. So we are going to go ahead and get into Do You Know? This is the segment of called Do You Know, which I will be actually telling you something that you just may not know about. Okay? Now, my mother-in-law came up with this segment, y'all. Okay? She did. And it's a lot of shit I don't know out here in these streets. I just don't know. I do not know everything. Some of the stuff that I will be showing y'all when we do you know, I will have to do my own research on it just as well. But this right here, I didn't need to do too much research because this clip tells it all. Thank you. Everybody, please don't forget to like and share this video. I be getting so caught up, y'all, I forget to say it. But please like and share this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube page just as well if you have not subscribed. Okay, please subscribe. Now, this next, did you know, engineer, look, engineer, you know, I put my all into all my intros back. I worked hard on my intro. I want all my intros played. So here we go. Did you know? All right, did y'all like that intro? I thought it was cute. Y'all see that little Peach dancing? The Peach was, Peach was getting it in. What? So this is Did You Know, y'all? I'm taking y'all to Detroit, baby. We finna go to Detroit, and I got something to say about it. Here we go.
Well, they say it's the last step before becoming homeless. Some Detroit families evicted in the pandemic have been placed in hotels paid for by federal funds, but come June 30th, that funding will be cut off. Victor Williams is live tonight. And Victor, the problem here is many say they just really can't find affordable housing.
That is correct, Kimberly, and this is not the ideal situation for anyone. With that being said, the city is trying their best to make something happen before it's too late.
A lot of families are in the streets because they don't have any place to go, and the uncertainty is unrattling. There's no grounding in it.
Jai Kaiser is a part of 88 families the city is scrambling to find housing for after being evicted.
Even if you're trying to help yourself, it's no help. And what's affordable?
Treva Copeland has found herself in a similar predicament.
You got the funds, but you can't find a home because everything's so high. So you're pretty much stuck in this situation.
For months, the city has been paying for their stay at local hotels. The issue, however, is that the short-term funding available through the rental assistance programs from COVID relief will be drying up soon.
It's extremely important that we be able to identify housing, permanent housing for these households.
Detroit Housing and Revitalization Department Director Julie Schneider says the city is working as fast as they can.
The funding sources that we have spending deadlines, and so it's important that we work quickly to find housing for people based on the parameters that we have to work with.
Another problem is that there's not much to choose from with the current condition of the housing market. The assistance was supposed to be capped at June 1st, though officials were able to pay an additional 30 days. Still, even with that, Kaiser says that's not enough.
It's still not an ideal situation for anybody who's, trying to be protective for themselves.
Now, 276 families were being helped. We're told that about 189 of them were able to be placed elsewhere, leaving this number of about 88 or 89 people. But even with that, we know that the Detroit Eviction Assistance Program is also hoping to help us.
And we are back. Here's 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. Before we get started, y'all know me. Y'all know I got something to say. I got something to say. When I showed that clip, when I played it, I had to do my little tweaks and all that. The first thing that came to my mind was, Lord, I hope my weave don't look like that. We got the same color, except for hers a little bit brighter. That what happen when you don't push it in it. She ain't putting nothing in her. Hers probably is the same color as mine. But she ain't putting nothing in it. She ain't putting nothing in it. So I put stuff in mine. Okay, I put mousse. I mousse it up. But back to the question at hand. Did you know where she got that wig from? No, I'm just playing. Y'all know I cracked myself up. No, that was just a joke. But did you know today was about the families? There are 88 families. It was over 200. And they had got like 100 and something placed. But now they have 88 remaining, and they need to find a home for them. Now, anybody that's renting right now, you will know it is hard in these streets right now to find a place to rent from, because everything has skyrocketed. Y'all know I just keep it 100. I'm not here to, play the funk, play like I don't go through shit. I'm renting. Me and my husband are renting. We have not bought our first home yet. We have outgrown our house because we got 2 extra kids now. When we moved into the house, it was just me and my husband. Now we got 2 extra kids who are spoiled. Gigi get them almost everything that they want. She keeps sending it to the house. Then I keep buying everything I want them to have. Not what they want, but what I want them to have. And we just run out of room. But at the same time, can't nobody afford this mess. Duncan said, hell yeah, I'm a month behind in my rent. $1,600 for a 1-bedroom in the ghetto. Duncan, you better sit down somewhere. Duncan, I really would love for you to call in right now. Now, I don't know, you might not, but I would really love for you to call in right now. 16, where do you live at? Are you paying $1,600 for a 1-bedroom? Or are you just saying that people are paying that amount of money for a 1-bedroom? Like, oh my gosh, that's a lot for a 1-bedroom. I got 3-bedroom and I'm not paying that much, but my house is a lot smaller. Okay, it's a lot smaller, but those are the prices. I am seeing, I've seen as far as 1,800. Looking for a place for us to move. I've saw 1,800 for a 1-bedroom here in Atlanta. Okay. Duncan says she's in Colorado. So that's a lot. That is a lot of money. Now, back to did you know? So if these people already don't have a place to live, it's 88 families, they ain't putting up one person. Okay? The state is not applying money, is not giving people money for just one person. I'm sure you got to have a family on the list. When you filled out for the application or whatever, you had to have kids and all that. Or be an elderly person. So let's say all these 88 people, they're families. Okay? Whether they're husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, or just girlfriend, or just daddy. If you got 88 people, and this is in Detroit, y'all. If you got 88 people by the end of this month, it's June 11th today. By the end of this month, June 30th, them folks are going to be put out their hotel. If don't nobody provide money for them for somewhere else to go, what are they supposed to do? Don't try to provide a place for them that you will pay for just 1 month. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. Now, I am past the whole, well, why they ain't got no job? Why they ain't doing what they supposed to do? If I'm out here working, they should be out here working too. I'm past that. I am so past that. Because things happens. What was Tyler Perry movie called? The Family That Prays. One of my favorite Tyler Perry movies. I love that movie. Every time I watch it, it seemed like the very first time. But just like on there, the man that lost his family, that kept coming to the diner to get him something to eat. He lost his family. He lost his job. Well, he lost the job first, then he lost the family. Then he ain't got nothing. Now he living out on the streets. You see what I'm saying? So things happens to people. Things happens. You just never know. We don't know what's going to happen 5-10 years down the line. But I tell you what, one thing that I do know, I am going to continue to speak nothing but positivity in my life. I am going to continue to have and surround myself around positive people. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's the reason why this happened with these people, because I don't know these folks. I don't know not one of them 88 folks. But what I do know is that they can't just let these people, 88 people, go out on the street somewhere. But at the same time, 88 people, y'all need to be paying attention. Y'all need to be trying y'all best to get y'all own. Try to find a job. Try to, like some of them said they do have the money, but they can't afford to get in there. Okay, you better save up the money to get in there and then let God work it out the rest of the way. Because I'm telling y'all, these folks, they ain't playing. They're not playing. They will let y'all be out there on that damn street while they living good and lavish. Duncan said, I just got served eviction papers yesterday, but got the money in the drop box today. See? And I work full time. No kids, not married. I was this close to being homeless. And she ain't got no kids. She ain't married. Duncan, let me tell you something, Duncan. I'm going to tell you something. Anybody else, and I'm going to be honest with you, anybody else that got kids out here, they will look at you and be like, oh, well, she ain't got no kids. She should have had a job. She should have did this. She should have did that. That's what people would have told you. But Duncan, I'm here to tell you, baby, I didn't have my first child till I was 35 years old. I've been with my husband since I was 19 years old. Baby, we got some eviction notices when we didn't have no kids at the time. I tell people right now to this day, my life has been so much better since my kids came into this world. Not because the state taking care of me. Ain't got nothing to do with that, because the state ain't taking care of Tennille. The missus, or Pooley, the mister. You know what I'm saying? But people do not want to help, seem like, unless you got kids. They feel like if you don't have kids, you'll be fine. You'll be able to make it. Nah, baby, it don't work like that. Everybody need help sometimes. Everybody. And the way this stuff is nowadays, shit. She said wage increases aren't cost of living increases. You better say it. They just rebuilt a house across the street from me. These white people stayed in this house. Every time I went past that house, which is right across the street, I would look at them white folks and be like, how the hell y'all living in this filth? Like, it just be junk everywhere, outside. So if you're outside looking like that, know the inside probably looking like that. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. Well, they got evicted. So instead of them coming cleaning it up, They just came and rebuilt the whole freaking house, seemed like. I mean, they literally, this house, they redid the inside. When I tell y'all, this house looks nice. Very nice. They done fenced it in, put some new grass now, and I'm right across the street, so I'm seeing all the stuff that they doing to it. And baby, when they got finished with it, they want $300,000 for this house that they are selling. Across the street from me, $300,000. I want to see who get this house. That's all I can say. I want to see who gets this house. They are putting the market up so, I mean, do they not want us here? Think about it. If they're making these, y'all, sometimes I wonder how I do what I do myself, because sometimes I just be so emotional. But if they're increasing the rent, half of us can't buy because our credit ain't good enough. Why our credit ain't good enough? Because we can't make enough money at our job, so we go get all these doggone credit cards and shit, and now we in debt. I'm just saying. Now we in debt. You got one opportunity. You go into that little debt stage. It's hard to climb up out of it. Now don't nobody want to, you can't rent nothing from nobody. And then half of our men got felons. So if you're a felon, in case you didn't know, some of y'all can't even get no apartment. And y'all wonder why these men is laying up with these women. Why they ain't doing nothing. Why? Because they felons. And they can't go get their own apartment. They can't go get their own house. Some can. Not all. But some can. It's all on who you know. Y'all, we're going to have to keep talking about this, baby. We're going to have to talk about this. We're going to have to talk about this. Duncan said, I'm even triple certified with 18 years experience, baby. Triple certified. But she ain't got no kids. She ain't got none. No kids. She's not married. And she's making good money. But guess what? It ain't good enough. She says she'll be 35 on the 26th. Wow. Hey, Sherelle. Sherelle said the problem is the people want 3 times the rent. So if the rent is $1,600 a month, add that shit up. And thankful my mortgage is very low. She says she has a very low mortgage. But Sherelle, you're right. You have people, and that used to be one of my issues, me and my husband. You know, we have the money. We know we got the money to move as far as the rent. But when they started talking about first month's rent, last month's rent, you need about $4,000-$5,000 just to get in. Just to get in. And don't let them tell you, oh, we'll put you on a payment plan. Baby, don't do no payment plan with these folks. To move into their house. You really get put right back out the end of the month. After you done gave them your money. Girl, don't get me started. Duncan said, exactly. I lived in my car for 4 years before I couldn't get into this apartment. Before I could get into this apartment. So she lived in her car for 4 years. Thank God she didn't have no kids. Duncan, if you would have had kids, baby, they would have came and took your kids from you, girl. They would have came and took them. And the president ain't doing his job. Baby, that's what everybody's saying. That's what everybody's saying. He's not doing his job. Well, Duncan said they don't want none of us here. That's facts. And that's how I feel. You're increasing the rent. You lowering our pay. You giving us 10 cent, 20 cent, 40 cent raises. How are we going to be able to catch up with this stuff? We still got light bill, gas bill. I done cut my cable off. When my kids start coming in, picking up the Fire Stick, working the Fire Stick, oh, baby, we don't need cable no more. We don't need cable. Y'all keep y'all $300 cable bill. So no more cable for us. But we still got light. We still got gas. We still got water. We still got rent. We still got car notes. Well, I got a car note. Gas, thank God. Thank God I work from home. Gas, oh my gosh. I think Nicole, was it Nicole? It was somebody I saw. I don't know who. No, Nicole had, it was $5 where Nicole was at. On the news, Me and Pooh, that's what it was. Me and Pooh was watching the news last night. You know, we ain't got cable no more, so we got the Fire Stick, so we get everybody's news stations. We was in New York last night, y'all. But the gas in New York was like $6.50 for gas. My engineer just said it's $8 in Cali. And here I was trying to get the Cali shit. Now, I just told y'all I don't Uber. That would probably be the day I Uber. I would have to Uber that day. So, y'all, we finna go ahead. We still got a couple more topics to get into and touch on. It is now crime time, baby. And then our next two segments we're going to do next week. I had them all just in case. Baby, because I didn't know what was going down. So, we're going to go ahead and get into Peachy crime. We always got to do some type of crime with Peachy, okay? With me, Miss Peachy, the missus. We got to do some type of crime. So, here we go.
Tonight, growing outrage in a young woman's death. 12 News uncovered her accused killer was released from jail without bail, and now he's accused of killing another young woman while he was free. 12 News' Nick Moore is asking how this happened.
Photos are all her parents have left of their 26-year-old daughter, Jasmine Renee Brown.
Everybody love her. She's so nice.
17-year-old Rashawn Seabury was charged with killing her, accused of firing wildly into a crowd after an argument at 5th and Melvina in April of last year. But after he was jailed for nearly a year, a speedy trial demand that prosecutors couldn't meet led Judge J.D. Watts to release Seabury without bail in March, rather than dismissing the charges altogether. Last week, as he awaited that trial, prosecutors say Seabury shot and killed another young woman, 19-year-old honor student Camiona Funches. Hearing that someone else, another mom, other family is going through this.
Oh, I feel for them. I feel for them. I know how they feel. I really do. When I seen that on the news, oh my God, I was like, unbelievable. Why did they let that boy go?
Online court records show prosecutors set trial dates, but twice asked for delays, quote, due to a lack of essential witnesses.
And so if the state can't put on the essential witness, and we're at the end of that speedy trial period, the defendant has to go free.
Former prosecutor Dan Adams is now a defense attorney. He says the pandemic put pressure on the courts to meet defendants' fair trial rights.
I think there is room for outrage, but I think as Americans, we have to remember that the founders of this country decided that we would have trials by jury, we would have speedy trials, and people who are accused of crimes would get to confront their accusers. Those are all important things for a free country.
It was a hard pill for Jasmine's family to swallow, seeing Seabury released, and especially hard knowing he stands accused of killing again, even if it does draw attention to Jasmine's case.
I do feel like we'll get a little vindication, but I hate it that he had to do that to that girl. So I'm just hoping now both families just get justice. Because that guy, he's a monster.
I feel for that family tonight. Now, Nick, the family told you the DA's office reached out to them today after your story aired yesterday?
Right, Joyce. They said the prosecutor assured them that Jasmine's case will go to trial in August. Seabury is jailed here on $100,000 cash bail. Now, also facing a reckless homicide charge in that fatal shooting from last week.
At least an assurance that that trial will happen. Nick Moore.
Hey, y'all. We are back. Y'all know I got something to say about this. It seemed like we have the same conversations. Not all the time, not like that, but it's the same scenarios. Rest in peace. Let's start with that. Rest in peace to these two young ladies who was taken away from us at such a young age. But my issue at hand, and it's going to always be, why are they letting these people back out in these streets? If someone is in there for murder, for murdering somebody, why would you turn around and let them back out? For what? You think they've changed? in that little bit of time, I don't care if they're in there for 2 years, you think they've changed. So you give them a bond and you let them right out. Now, this is how I'm thinking. I'm not a criminal. Never have been. I ain't never killed nobody. Never will. I pray I don't have to. Unless you're coming after me. Now, it would definitely be self-defense. Let's say that. It will definitely be self-defense of somebody if I have to kill somebody. Self-defense. But my thing is, if I was to have killed somebody, and I go, and let's go back. If I have to have killed somebody, if I kill somebody, but I have the mentality of these people that's killing these folks out here in these streets, these 16, 17 years old, these gang members, these people that don't have no love, nobody loving on them. They don't have nobody to depend on. You know what I'm saying? They just in these streets. If I had that mentality, and I get locked up for killing somebody, and I'm sure these police officers, when they lock these folks up, they be knowing who they is, especially these gang members and these little ass kids. They know who they is. They done seen they have run-ins with them, all that type of stuff. And I go in, now, I'm not already shot and killed somebody. I ain't got nobody to depend on. Ain't nobody showing me no love. But then I get in there, and then y'all give me a bond to get back out. That means I still got to go back to court. I still got to go back to trial for y'all to say, we're going to put the books on him. He gone for the rest of his life. 9 times out of 10, those people are thinking, I ain't got shit to lose. As soon as they let me out, it's a done data. I'm gone. I'm finna hurt everybody walking. Just like on, what's that? Jay-Z movie that he had, Straight Property, the second one, when Baby Boy was like, I'm killing everything moving in this joint. If y'all know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But Baby Boy was like, I'm killing everybody walking. You see what I'm saying? These are the mentality that these kids have. Yes, Duncan, 17 years old. She said these kids nowadays are violent, especially in my hood. Shootings every day. And it's in everybody's hood. Everybody's hood. It's like these kids don't care no more. They don't value life. They don't even value their own damn self. That's why I continuously pour love and I try my best to teach my kids. Before I had Trey, I wrote down a little booklet. Y'all got to think about it. I was up in age. I was 35, okay? But I wrote a little booklet on what? I literally took 4 pieces of paper, tore them in half. Then when the ones that I had in half, tore them in half again. And at work, I stapled the end of it together, and if I could find it, I'm going to show y'all on one of the shows. But I actually just wrote down, what do I want my child to be? What am I going to teach my child? And I remember my son is now 7 years old, so this was so long ago. But I remember one of the things in there I told him, I said I was going to teach him was, I was going to teach him how to treat a woman, to make sure you don't put your hands on no woman. I'm going to pour nothing but love into my kids. I'm going to make sure I tell my kids every day, I love you. I'm going to make sure I tell my kids, say your prayers at night. Even though Trey busted me out. Trey busted me out on the show and said, Mommy, you don't tell me that every night. And I don't. But I'll tell you one thing. I tell my kids I love them each and every day. Each and every day. I let them know I love them. And half these kids, they're not getting that. If they're not getting that, you have to be able to depend. Know that somebody's depending on you. And I'm not talking about financially. I know my parents depend on me to do the right thing out here in life. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to disappoint my parents. And I'm 43 years old. Talking about I don't want to disappoint my parents. That's how I was when I was young. A teenager. I knew my parents was going to kick my ass on some things that I've done. But when I decided I wanted to sneak out, Or when I decide that I'm not finna answer my pager, y'all know we have pagers. I'm not finna answer my pager because I'm riding with my homegirls or I'm riding with this dude and I don't want to call my mom and my daddy, but I don't want to call them back, whether it was an emergency or not. I still would think in my brain, my mama and them probably think I'm on the side of the road dead. My mama and them probably think somebody done kidnapped me. My mama and them probably think, oh my gosh, where is my baby at? Why my baby ain't calling me? That type of stuff is what got me through. I had people that cared about me. And they cared so much to where it just got all up in me. Some way, somehow. To where those was my thoughts. Yeah, I probably thought she gonna punish me. She gonna try to whoop me. She gonna try to do this, or he gonna try to, my daddy gonna try to do this, or I had all those thoughts. But my main thought, and my friends can tell you, baby, my main thought was my mom and them is going to be worried about me. And it's all because of what they poured in me. They poured so much love. They showed me that they cared. And my brother too, but you know, it don't work like that all the time with everybody. You know, my brother do his own thing. He chose one path, I chose another path, and it is what it is. So we're finna go ahead and get into this last clip, which is him, the little boy, 17-year-old, inside of the jail because you know he was caught and everything. So here we go.
The family of a 19-year-old shot and killed late last month laid that young woman to rest today.
And one of the teens charged with killing her was out of custody at the time for allegedly killing another woman more than a year ago. Her family tells our Bill Miston the suspect shouldn't have been out in the first place, right, Bill?
Mary and Ted, 17-year-old Rashawn Seabury was released from custody on a signature bond last month. Confined to his home on GPS before the month was over, though, he's accused of shooting and killing Camiana Funchess outside his own home. And Funchess' death hits too close to home for family of another woman who Seabury is accused of shooting and killing last year.
Let's go get my bike.
This is Trinity. She's 4 years old, going on 5, as she's sure to tell you.
Without this little girl right here, she keep me going.
For Virginia and Leandre Speed, so much of Trinity reminds them of their daughter, Jasmine Brown.
She just got a sweet spirit, just like my daughter.
The 26-year-old was shot and killed near 5th and Melvina back in April 2021.
My daughter's supposed to be here raising her daughter.
17-year-old Rashawn Seabury, then 16, was charged with shooting and killing Brown. Prosecutors said he stood through a car's moonroof and shot a rifle to, quote, clear a path, and hit Brown as she dropped off a friend after a night out. His brother, 25-year-old Angelo McCaleb, was also charged in connection to the case. He's a material witness for the state, but can't be found, so the trial was put on hold.
Mr. Seabury was out on bail for another homicide charge that had a pending speeding trial that we could not meet, so his bail on that case was reduced
to a $30,000 signature bond. He was released on home confinement last month and on GPS monitoring at his home on Long Island Drive. It was there on May 31st. Prosecutors said 3 women were making rounds to graduation parties when they wanted to surprise 3 friends at a house there on North Long Island Drive. Filings say as they pulled up to the home, gunfire erupted. An 18-year-old woman was injured. A 19-year-old woman, Camiana Funchess, was killed. 18-year-old Omarion McNeely, Funch's boyfriend, 17-year-old Dalen Bridges, and 17-year-old Rashawn Seabury charged in the case. Prosecutors said the 3 thought the car was suspicious, so they started shooting. In total, at least 24 bullets at the car. Police say at least 16 fired by Seabury.
To hurt somebody else?
This hurt me to the core.
The Speeds infuriated.
I'm glad he got caught, but I'm sad that he had to do something else like that to get put back in jail.
I feel sorry for him, I pray for him, but I just want justice for my daughter. I need peace. I need peace.
And it may be some time before any type of peace comes. That jury trial for Brown's case is scheduled to go forward in August. Now, these 3 teens are scheduled to appear back in court next week for a preliminary hearing in the death of Funchess. All 3 remain in custody. Reporting in
And we are back, y'all. We are back. We are down to our last couple of minutes. So I definitely want to speak on this right quick before we end the show. Our 2 hours has been completed. Yes. But I want to say this. These gentlemen, it was 3 of them. I don't know if y'all caught it all, because sometimes I have to listen to things more than once to catch it all. So the young ladies actually was trying to surprise one of the guys. And they pulled up, they had their little stuff, whatever they had to surprise them with. And the 3 guys thought that, hey, who that? It them the ops. You know that's what they call them now. It them the ops. And they just start busting. How careless can you be? How reckless can you be? When you using these tools, y'all, and y'all know that's what I call them. When you using these tools, you got to know who you shooting at. You have to know what you're doing. Do you hear me? These are innocent people that has been murdered now. One person that was murdered. Another woman was murdered because he said he was trying to make a clear way, clear path. And the young lady ended up dying. So y'all, all I'm going to say is pay attention to these teens. Don't be going up to folks trying to help the gang members and all that, because they will shoot your ass. They will shoot you. Okay? Call the police. If you know something, say something. I tell y'all that all the time. If you know something, say something. Ain't no snitches nowadays. Ain't no snitches. If you know something, just say it. Just like normal. Just say something. Because you could be saving somebody's doggone life. This was so senseless right here. The entire story was senseless. Because if they would have left his butt locked up, and that was the other part. Because of a speedy case, and the witness was nowhere to be found. I wonder why. Was nowhere to be found. Y'all decided to go ahead and let this boy go on a bond, a signature bond. Signature. He ain't had no money. Y'all, he done murdered somebody. And y'all didn't even give him a bond. Y'all just let him go on the signature bond. Well, somebody probably done put up a house or something. Now somebody granny house finna be taken. Because Junebug decided that he just saw somebody's car that kind of looked suspicious. So let me go on ahead and whoever it is, take them on out their misery. Sad. So sad. But y'all, I thank y'all so much. Y'all do know because I didn't bring my cord for my laptop. So my battery is going dead and I don't want it to just hang up on y'all. But you do know that I am on Hits 92.3. That if y'all listening, I am on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And then on Saturdays, each and every Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern time, that is. And I just want to thank you all so, so much. From the time that I started this show, and that was one of the concerns that I had. From the time that I started this show, we have had people in here from the beginning all the way to the end that has not left. So I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed these 2 hours. I know I did. I had so much fun. Again, I must say thank you so much, Kales. If it wasn't for Kales, the CEO of Hits 92.3, I would not be here right now doing these 2 hours. So I appreciate you girls so, so much. Shout out to my Hits family. I love you all. All hustle, no fear. Locked in radio. It's so many of us, y'all. It's so many. We run deep. We run deep in this joint. I don't know everybody's name. Kristen build a brand. Shout out to Kristen, baby. She just had Hits 92.3 new baby. Because we ain't having none. I know Sunshine said FTK. So I know she ain't even had no more kids. So thank you, Kristen, for having the baby for us. But no, congratulations to her that she had a safe delivery. Kristen had been through so much during her pregnancy. Some know, some don't know. I'm not going to put it all out there. But she really, really went through a lot. It was a very hard pregnancy for her. But through the grace of God, baby, she went in swinging. That baby is here. She's beautiful. So we are about to go. Oh, Duncan said AFC sent me. Yes, I love AFC. That is my mentor, Jay. I'm gonna be hitting Jay up anyways because I need to talk to Jay about some things. But thank you, Duncan, so much for joining. I really enjoyed you today, and please, please, please come back. And each person that's out there, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube page, please subscribe. Okay, please subscribe. Hey, Mimi, I see you out there, girl. I love you, boo. All right, y'all. We got to end this show. We done went 3 minutes over, and here I was talking about I'm nervous. I ain't gonna have enough commentary. And I still got commentary that I didn't even get a chance to play, baby. I'm ready. I'm ready for these 2 hours. Here we go. Bye-bye. Love ya.